This is my first ever long form video, I believe. And it's going to be, as you saw in the title, a little recap of every book that I read in March. It is April 3rd. Who knows when this will be put up? But it's a recap of every book I read in March. March was a slow reading month. I had a lot of things to do, and reading was not at the top of my list. It should have been, but it wasn't. So yeah, and it's a little stormy here today, so if you hear any thunder, anything like that, sorry about that. Okay, so here are the 3 physical books that I read this month. Then I read 1 book on the Kindle, I believe. I believe it was 4 for the entire month of March. Not bad, could have been better. This is the first book I read, was From Here to the Great Unknown by Lisa Marie Presley and Riley Keough. I loved this. I loved this book so much. It was, I mean, I'm fascinated by celebrity memoirs like all the time. So this one really, really fascinated me because, you know, the Presleys are like a huge American family, or like the biggest, or they were. So I was very interested in what her actual childhood was like and what it was like to grow up in Elvis Presley's presence, I guess. This was a 4 out of 5 star read. I think that's what I gave everybody. Or all the books this month, I think. Maybe not all of them. And I loved this one so much. So basically, you know, it follows Lisa Marie Presley's life from childhood until the very end. And we see Riley go through and I'm trying to see. So in the way the writing is different with who's speaking at the moment or who's writing, Riley or Lisa. I just found it very interesting. It was book club for last year. I think it was fantastic. This was released last year at some point. I think it was amazing. I think it was very good. Highly, highly recommend this one right here. And I've been trying to get more into memoirs and stuff like that, so I really, really enjoyed it. And then I actually had an arc. This is not the arc, but I did have an arc of Beautiful Exile. And I loved the series. I think it's Sparrow Falls. I loved this series so much. And I think started reading it last August or September. Steph, we all know and love her, she posted about Fragile Sanctuary, and I was like, I think I'm going to try it out. And then I read it in 2 hours, and I was like, oh, I'm going to continue this on. It led me to a big binge on all of her stuff. But Beautiful Exile, I think this is book 4 in the Sparrow Falls series, and it follows Link and Arden, and I loved it. It's a very dramatic book, but at the same time, hey, sometimes you could use a little drama. And it is a romance, and this was one of the only romances I read this month. My romance has kind of been going down. I haven't been reading as many, which is chill. It's fine. Yeah, it's kind of been tanking, which is cool. It's okay. So, Beautiful Exile, a 10 out of 10. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. I think it was 3 or 4. I don't really remember. But I did enjoy it, and I finished it relatively quickly as I could, because this month was so slow. And then I read this is probably on every single person's March recap list for this month, or because Sunrise on the Reaping. Everyone and their mom read this. Everyone and their mom's talking about it. It is probably one of the most popular books of the year, or probably will be. And I gotta say, I loved it. I loved every single aspect of it, every part of it. 10 out of 10. I literally, you're telling me that she thought of everything. I don't know. It was insanity. This was a 5-star read. It was so good. I want everyone to read it so that I can talk about it with every single person, because it's a book you absolutely want to talk about with everyone. It's just mind-boggling, almost to the point where it's hey, this is crazy. And it's a 10 out of 10. Easily. I mean, Suzanne Collins can do no wrong. We know this. I think I finished this in a couple days. but I mean, everyone's talking about it for a reason. It's just that good. If you haven't picked it up, or if you haven't picked up the Hunger Games series, please pick it up because it's just that good. And the last one I read, I'll put it over here, Secret or Shout Out. This was good. I love this series too. Hockey, romances, super cutesy, clean. There is no spice. Fade to black, I guess. So cute. I love them. I look forward to every single one that I read because they're just that good, and it's just lovely. I love to read them. I think I gave this one 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. It was good, nonetheless. It was amazing. And I am very excited for, I think this might have been the end. It might be the end. It might be the last one. If that's the case, then I'm so sad. If it's not, then I'm counting down the days until the next one. So yeah, that was my March recap. It wasn't big, like I said. I didn't read a lot, and I really want to change that in April. I kind of want to get back on the grind, you feel me? But anyways, I'm going to go over some of my April hopefuls with you guys. So, obviously April is like the biggest, I think it's the biggest month in book releases, in my opinion, for me. I have a book coming out that I want to read every single week, so I'm going to be booked and busy at the bookstore. So, I'm kind of not putting too many books in here that I want to read because I'm not going to get to it because we have Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez, this third book in the Powerless series, Wild and Wrangled. Like, there's so many coming, and I know I'm going to be prioritizing those. But this is what I'm reading right now, and this is what I need to finish reading before the end of this month. Fountains of Silence. I'm about to get the audiobook because I need to just sit down and crank this out. First Time Caller is the book club book for March and April. I pushed it to April too because I didn't read it in March. And I'm like 3 chapters in, so I need to crank this one out too. And then It's Not Hysteria. This one I just need to finish because I need to. And then for my hopefuls from my physical TBR that I'm looking at right now are Lauren Graham, Talking as Fast as I Can. This is a short memoir, and I'm really, really, really into memoirs. So I'm hoping I can finish this one and read it quickly. And then Out of the Woods. This one came out in February, I believe. So I've waited a whole month. Or maybe it was March, like March 1st or something. But I really, really, really want to read this one because I absolutely loved Out on a Limb. And I really like the writing, so I want to continue on with this one. And then, yeah, I have a whole bunch of books on my physical TBR these days, but you know what? It is how it is. But I'm very excited for Emily Henry's newest release, Wild and Wrangled, Abby Jimenez's newest release, Fearless. I'm counting on the days to read that book. I am so, so, so excited. But yeah, that is my March recap and my April hopefuls that I hopefully get to read. We shall see if I actually do it or not. Probably won't, but I might. Yeah, and I'm trying to get back into the mood of reading, so bear with me. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, comment, like, subscribe, you know the drill. So